Boy, they don't call it Jim Jones for nothing.
Hold down, man. Suitcase this, my cell phone and my charger. Don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Kfrogtv. Y'all go ahead, hit that like, subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Today, I'm gonna be speaking on something that, I don't really see anyone ever speaking on, and that is the drink that they give you when you're incarcerated. Okay? The drink that they supply you. They don't always just give you water, I'm speaking on down here from Florida, where I'm from. But we have a drink that is called Jim Jones. And I'm going to break it down to y'all, the reason it's called Jim Jones, where it gets its name from, as well as what it tastes like. Okay? Now, I've had more than one kind of Jim Jones. All right? I've had it all the way from the Detention Center to the juvenile program to the county jail to prison. All right? So I'm going to be breaking down all the different ones that I've had and the differences between them, what they taste like and what they look like. But before I do that, let me go ahead and give you a background story on the reason they call it Jim Jones, okay? Jim Jones was a cult leader back in the day, all right? And the late 70s, what he did is he brought a bunch of people together, talked a bunch of people into moving to an island, all right? And then convinced everyone into drinking a drink. And by them all drinking the drink, it was like, they all ended up dying from it. It was a poison. And he actually killed over 900 people and over 300 children that day. Some kids didn't even know they were drinking poison. Some people were held down and shot with syringes. And then he took his own life at the end. All right? That's who Jim Jones was. You get what I'm saying? Guards were told and ordered to gun down anyone who tried to leave the camp during the drinking suicide. And then, like I said, he took his own life. So down here in prison and even the detention centers, from when I was a kid, you understand, to be an adult being in prison, they have a drink called Jim Jones because it's like they're poisoning us. You get what I'm saying? That's why everyone calls it Jim Jones, because you don't know what it is you're drinking. All right? So now I'm going to go ahead and jump into what it was like when I was in the detention center and they gave us Jim Jones. The Jim Jones they gave us there was red looking, okay? It looked like Kool-Aid kind of, but it was totally different. Didn't taste nothing like Kool-Aid, and it was just so strong and potent that shit will stain the floor. We used to grab that shit and dump it on the ground to piss the officers off because they know that shit is going to stain the floor. Y'all know how it is if you're inside your kitchen, making Kool-Aid out of a jug or a pitcher or whatever. That powder or that Kool-Aid happen to land on the damn, on the counter, and then it gets wet or whatever. You know how it'll stain your countertop? Certain ones will stain your countertop. That's how Jim Jones was when I was in the program. The detention center. But the one thing about it also, what stuck out so much and why a lot of people didn't want to drink it, not only because it was named Jim Jones and, the myth of being poisoned, but that shit was meant so your Peter don't get hard. You see what I'm saying? They used to give us that stuff and make us drink it, so our thing would be like this 24/7 and never like that. If you understand, And when you think about it, nobody really wants to put anything like that in their body. You get what I'm saying? If it's something that's making it to where, your hormones, you can't even control your own. You feel me? So a lot of people tried to stay away from it in the detention center. Now, when I was in the program, we had a different Jim Jones drink. It wasn't the same. It wasn't red. Okay, this one was kind of like what you see in, the county jail. This one was more of a water texture, but it was, I'd say like a syrupy looking. It wasn't just straight clear. It was more syrupy, cloudy. It was like cloudy water, a little rusty looking, Same thing with that. They say there's a myth in that it'll make it to where your shit don't get hard. But that right there is a myth because people be gunning in jail and, all types of shit. So that is a myth, okay? I don't know about any other state, but I'm speaking down here where I'm from, I'm speaking in Broward County to be exact. You feel me? Now, the more and more you drink it, people tend to believe that when you get out, that it'll be easier for you to have babies. you know? To me, I mean, is it true? Who knows, really? I didn't have multiple babies when I came home from drinking the Jim Jones. You see what I'm saying? So it all really depends. But a lot of people don't like to drink it. You know how people don't like to consume certain things that they don't really know about what it's going to do to their bodies, you know, and stuff like that. So a lot of people tend not to drink it. But then you got some people who love that shit. Like me, I drank the hell out of that shit when I was in the county and in the juvenile program. Both them shits was just, that shit was good. It tasted like sugar water, you know, and it's the only thing you're going to get other than water. So of course you're going to, you know what I'm saying, fuck it up when you can. Now, when I was in the county, they used to give it to you so cold. They'd bring it in so cold to where when you stick your cup under the little water thing that it's coming out of, that shit look all foggy on that rim inside of the cup because of how cold it is. They give it to you. You know what I'm saying? The county one tastes better than the one I had as in the detention center and inside of the program. You feel me? But it all depends on who makes it. You know. Now, some people will make it stronger. Some people will make it watered down. Sometimes you'll get it and it tastes worse than regular water. You feel me? Because a bad batch of Jim Jones tastes bad compared to just regular cold water. You feel me? Some people been drinking it so long that they're tired of it. That they just want water now. You'll get your lunch tray in the county. And a lot of lunch trays, if it ain't the day that comes with an apple, it'll come with a little pack of cookies. People like to put their cookies in that Jim Jones, boy, and eat them. So it's like you're dipping cookies in milk because that Jim Jones got a little sweet taste. You know what I'm saying? Now, prison. When I went to prison, you know, I was only at one camp that gave us something like Jim Jones. And they called it Jim Jones. But they didn't really give it out that much. You feel me? And that one there was a drink that was same as like the county. It was rusty looking. You know, it had like a little tint to it, like a syrup. And they called it Jim Jones. You feel me? But when I drank it, it didn't have no flavor. So in my eyes, I'm like, damn, I'm not drinking this shit no more. Because it ain't got no flavor at all. And they call it Jim Jones. But like I said, they only gave it to me at one camp. You feel me? After that, it was just straight tea. Everywhere I went, they gave you tea in prison down here in Florida. That's the main drink they gave you, was tea. You know, or they'd make the little packs of Kool-Aid. They got it ain't real Kool-Aid, but they got these big silver bags, you know, and they fill up the little water jugs with it inside of the chow hall. And then people who are on CFO and RDP, which is the religious diet programs, that don't eat regular trays like us, they'll get brown paper bags with like sardines, carrot coins, might be mackerel, cherry tomatoes, you know, little cup with a lid on it of beans, stuff like that. They always get a little silver pack of CFO juices. And them CFO juices are fire, especially if you put them in a water bottle and then you add one of the little milk packs, because they get, when they get cereal on the CFO, they get cereal. We don't get cereal on our regular trays. You feel me? They get cereal, and then it comes with like a little sleeve. Looks like a Go-Gurt. Looks like a Go-Gurt pouch, and it's powdered milk. You feel me? Which in the county down here where I'm from, you also get powdered milk as a drink, but it's already made. You know, it's in a little thing, and they'll fill it up, and they'll fill the whole table up with cups of the milk. And then you got to pick it up. You feel me? But as far as the Jim Jones goes, do y'all believe it? Do y'all believe the drinks that they give out when you're incarcerated? Do you believe the myths behind them? Is what I want to know. Me, I think they just name it that, to be honest with you. I don't believe that it's anything close to Jim Jones. It's just, you don't know what you're drinking, and a lot of people think you're being poisoned. You feel me? You don't know if these police are poisoned. They're amping us up right now to drink this. They're bringing this thing into this dorm that has 120 inmates in it, and then they're doing it to all 15 dorms. And everyone's grabbing it and drinking it. So if they really wanted to, like Jim Jones did, the cult leader, you feel me? He ran the thing called the People's Temple, is what it was called. And like I said, this took place way back in the late 70s. If y'all look it up, you know what I'm saying? The Jonestown Massacre. You will see what it is I'm talking about. But due to the fact that how word spreads and how everybody thinks everything, you know, do y'all believe that has anything to do with what took place in the late 70s? Do you believe there's even anything in it to not make your Peter hard? Or do you believe that's just another myth as well? Because like I said, some do taste better than the others. Some ain't worth drinking at all. But there's a reason they call it Jim Jones. You get you a nice good old cup of that shit and it is enjoyable, believe it or not. You will literally enjoy it. Because like I said, it tastes better than water. Straight up. You feel me? But the one in the detention center, we weren't with that shit. You'd walk into the chow hall at the time, and there'd be a bunch of red spots on the floor. Or if kids start fighting, because people start, getting in gritting and shit inside the chow hall. They're getting little arguments, and kids gonna pop off regardless. They don't care about the consequences like being an adult. So someone will start fighting and shit, food go everywhere. If that damn cup turns over or spills or goes flying or anything like that, wherever that shit lands, it stains. Whether it's the damn table, or whether it's the damn floor, whether it's the seat you're sitting in, whether it's the clothes you have on, it's gonna stain. You feel me? But I don't know if a lot of people knew where the name Jim Jones came from. So I felt like coming on here and doing a little video about it, you feel me? Breaking it down to let y'all know there is a meaning behind them calling it Jim Jones. It ain't got nothing to do with the rapper ballin', I'm so fly, no lie, you know it. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that Jim Jones. When I talk about why they named this drink Jim Jones, it has to do with the cult leader. Like I said, y'all can look up the massacre yourself and you'll see what it is that I'm talking about. How every single person, including over 300 kids, drank it. Shit's crazy. You feel me? And that's the name of the drink that they're giving us when we're incarcerated. You feel me? So go ahead, y'all. Make sure you drop in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. If y'all have personal experiences from it, did your shit not want to get hard one time before? Or were you more fertile when you came home towards a female? Because a lot of people do have babies when they first came home. When I first came home, I had a son. You know what I'm saying? When I first got out of the juvenile program, I had a son. You see? So, but that can also be from being away for so long, you know what I'm saying? The damn sparkles and the damn fireworks going off in your head when you finally get in where you fit in, that, shit happens. But, like I said, drop in the comment section, let me know if y'all believe it or if y'all don't believe it. If you think that's just a myth, why they name it that. Which obviously it is, because as much as I done drank, I'm still here. You feel me? Or if y'all believe it makes you more fertile, it makes you more potent, when you get home, or does it make it worse for you? Do you feel like it does actually go against the grain of benefiting you? Do you actually feel like it is worse to drink it every single day than it is to not drink it? That's what I want y'all to do. Drop it in the comment section. Y'all know how we do it. We hang out in my comment section. I like it. I like everything everybody be saying, And if you drank any Jim Jones, you know what I'm saying? Like if you could compare them to the two, like if you drank some over here at this place and some over this place, drop that in the comment section as well. I just want to spread the word around and let people know how the drink got its name. All right? Because as soon as you get locked up down here, you're going to be hearing people saying Jim Jones, Jim Jones, Jim Jones, Jim Jones, Jim Jones this, Jim Jones, Jim Jones. So you're going to be wanting to know what it is. When I first heard Jim Jones, I was thrilled. Like I said, when I was in the detention center. And they're like, yeah, man. And the officers are like, get in line, man. Come get y'all Jim Jones. The officers are telling us to get our Jim Jones. And I'm like, Jim Jones? Like, why they name it that? You see what I'm saying? And I never really knew why they named it that. You feel me? I was young. I wasn't going to look it up and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So I got out, went to the detention center again, and landed in the juvenile program. Not Jim Jones. Once I seen they started calling it Jim Jones there also, I'm like, all right. So then when I hit the county, I'm like, hey, what they be giving y'all in here? Jim Jones? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Jim Jones. Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. I never took the time to look into it and to see what it really was. But I always heard from older people what the meaning behind it was and why it got its name. So now I took the time to read up on it and check it out for myself, you feel me? A while ago, but I just wanted to give y'all a little background story on it. So like I said, man, y'all go ahead and drop that shit in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about Jim Jones, if you liked it when you drunk it, or if you didn't like it, if you stayed away from it, if you had to get you an extra cup. Because I'm telling you, boy, Jim Jones cold, that shit be hitting. You feel me? Real deal. But anyways, man, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video on up. I'm going to see if I can start dropping videos every 2 days instead of every 3 days. Because I know a lot of people be wanting to, they don't like to wait 3 days, you know. But I do that so that way my videos can get their whole span of views. Because if I drop back to back, then people that got notified from the video I dropped today and wasn't able to see it till tomorrow when they go look, it's going to show the tomorrow video. You feel me? And then they're going to skip it. And then I have a lot of people saying, damn, man, I didn't even see this video. Or I didn't know you did a video on that one. Or, hey, bro, you should make a video on such and such. And then I tell them I already did. And then they're like, damn, I missed that one. You feel me? So I try to space it out just so that way it gets the few, it can touch as many people as it needs to. You get what I'm saying? And enough people can enjoy it and hang out. But this one right here is like a, you know, something different. Just wanted to break it down to y'all and let y'all know about Jim Jones. And like I said, I ain't talking about the rapper. But anyways, man, y'all go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll see y'all in the comment section. Till next time, this Frog.